Good evening, everyone. My name is Sherry Iglehart, and my social justice issue that we are going to talk about today is the mass incarceration of African Americans. Okay. This message is solely intended for lawmakers, voters, the general public, anyone impacted in marginalized communities, and media influencers. Okay. The social justice issue of the impact of mass incarceration on the Black community is the criminal system incarcerates more Blacks than any other race in the United States, leaving families without mothers, fathers, and sometimes children. Okay. The criminal justice reform has been a vital topic on ongoing lawmaker discussions. Due to systemic oppression and racial disparities in the criminal justice system on Black people, it is crucial to demand for change in the system. Instead of mass incarcerations, we need to fight for reform by adding more rehabilitation centers in the community. That way, it is easier for members to be successful in the community after being incarcerated. We need to have facilities in place that will allow for rehabilitated criminals to have higher success rates in finding employment, finding housing, and also community resources to help them with bus passes and things like that to help them get back on their feet. Okay, so we need to fight for also lesser sentencing for smaller crimes. Black people are sentenced at least 2 to 3 times more likely than any other race, ranging from small time crimes to high end crimes. And that has to change. We need to fight for reform so that incarcerated criminals can have a second chance at life. We should not be punishing them for small mistakes. All right. I want people to know that the system is broken and disproportionately impacts people of color more than any other race. Okay. Black people have the highest incarceration rate in the United States. Okay. As of 2022, the rate of imprisonment for Black men were 1,826 per 100,000 of the population. That is crazy. That is high. The population for white and Black women in the United States was 64 to 100,000. Okay, Black people make up 40% of incarceration and 41% of the general incarceration. That means mothers, fathers, and children are being ripped from their families with no chance of coming back to revitalize and get a second chance at life because they're stuck in the system with no way out. The system wants to keep the Black community oppressed and paint the narrative that all Black people are bad. And that's not true. We cannot base one individual off of their whole race. It's not fair and it's unjust. Okay, we want to keep members of our community together, especially the African American community. We want to keep mothers and fathers in their homes with their children. And we want to paint the picture that there are good and bad in all races. And one mistake shouldn't penalize someone for the rest of their life. So this video is to make you aware that reform and change is needed. And it's important that we fight for change and reform in the community to prevent our African American mothers, fathers, and children from being in the system that is never going to let them have a way out. So I ask for everyone watching this video to spread awareness on the mass incarceration of African Americans, that the criminal justice system is going to attack us. And we need change. And we must fight. We must come together as one and fight for reform and request that sentencing reduction is lowered in our community fight for rehabilitation centers to bring our community members back together. So my final ask is that anyone watching, share this video, get more involved in the community, help spread insight on the mass incarceration of African Americans, fight for the community, fight for your people, and we must reunite and we must fight for change. Join more community, let me see, join more community, get involved in the community, get involved in school, write to your policy makers, fight for change, write to your governors, your senators, your mayors, stay involved in the community, keep people informed until change is sought, and just continue to reunite the community. Thank you so much for watching this.